Hi again, time for number 3 in my top writing tips of all time. And number 3 is make your hero suffer. Now, that sounds strange. I'm going to bet you're a nice person, and the last thing you want to do is make people suffer. Well, that was me too. When I started writing, I wanted nice things to happen to nice people in a nice way. Problem with that was my stories were boring. And the way that I made my stories far more interesting was to make my hero suffer. In fact, the more the hero suffered, the more exciting my stories were. And the reason for that is that when we read a story, what we're looking to see often is a really good person have a really hard time and then triumph, come out of it okay. There's something about that makes us feel excited about life and inspired to keep going, even though we might be struggling in some area of life. Or we might know that instinctively, we might know that sometime down the track, in the future, we're going to suffer some difficulties as well. And when we have a whole lot of stories in our imagination, they help us to retain our hope, our sense of hope that we can get through these difficult times as well, because we've watched it with other nice people having difficult times and getting through them as well. So you've got to make your hero really have a hard time, in the most realistic of ways. And the scariest part of that is, once you get your hero into a really tough and difficult situation, you've got to think about how to get them out of that situation. And that often scares us as writers. We think, how can I get my hero out of this, like falling into a volcano that's erupting? How can I possibly get my hero out of this alive? Well, that's the hard part. That's your job as a writer, to find some incredible way that your hero overcomes the incredible difficult situations you've put them into. So tip number 3, make your hero suffer. Because when your hero triumphs, we're all going to cheer and feel much more hopeful and happy and inspired about life.